Welcome to another episode of our Winners Wednesday. I am super excited to have one of our guests, Mr. Mike Swift, joining us all the way from Missouri. Welcome. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, thanks for having me.
My pleasure. No, thank you. I know you guys are super busy, so I appreciate you taking time out of your day to speak with us today. Mike, I'm really
Absolutely.
excited. I mean, we've known each other for a few years now. I've really seen, the progression of your entire career. So, or not entire career, but your career here at EXP, and I'm really excited
Sure.
to kind of share that a little bit. So, with that said, we're going to go ahead and dive in. Do you mind just giving us a little bit brief history on yourself, your background, and then how you got into real estate?
Yeah, so I sell real estate at the Lake of the Ozarks, and I came down here about 15 years ago, and I was in the restaurant industry. So I came down here. My only restaurant experience was at Chuck E. Cheese, and then I got a job at Horny Toad, kind of worked my way up, became a manager. My friend JG took me over to another place, Shady Gators. Ended up managing that for almost like 8 years or so, and then loved being at the lake, and kind of decided what else could we do besides the bar industry. We used to love doing that stuff. We did summers here and then winters. We bounced around with most of the time in Key West, and I was like, man, I'm going to do this forever. And as I started getting a little older, I was like, man, I should probably do something else. So real estate, at the lake, it's almost, you got to sell beer, sell houses, or sell boats, I feel like, to be down here. And, we made such a big network of people that we knew, and real estate just seemed like such a good transition. And then also when we were kind of doing the restaurant deal, we started promoting these big pool parties down here. There's a bar called Lazy Gators, and we really started using social media, mainly Facebook and some other stuff, to kind of do groups and, build an audience and just kind of, create business. We saw what a powerful tool that was. And then also noticed nobody was really using that. This is 5 years ago or 6 years ago, people were starting to use it, but not using it the way we were in the bar industry. So we really kind of, when, me and Claire kind of took this journey together, and we were, she managed the Gator, we're together, everything. And we thought, okay, well, if we can do this with a party, if we did this with a house, like this would be great. So that was kind of our mindset. So when we got into real estate, I got my drone license. She went to college for photography. So we kind of started making our own videos and putting them out there, which is kind of tough at first. It's super awkward. And then, we kind of went from there, but it just kind of became a big part of our business. And when we were doing it, everybody was saying, this is so extra, like, you don't need to be doing all this, why are you doing this? And then we just kept going and going and going, and we saw what a big, powerful tool it was. So it kind of somehow meshed between our love for the lake and then just, promoting stuff, and then just kind of ended up being here. And then it's just been such a cool ride to do it. And just from even when we met to what we're doing now has just been insane. So, yeah.
No, absolutely. And I love how you took what you learned bartending in the Key West
Yeah.
all the way to, Lake of the Ozarks, which, completely different environments, but I guess water is a commonality there.
Yeah. It's about water.
So tell us, what took you guys to the Lake of the Ozarks? And, originally, how did you get into real estate? I know you mentioned that you figured you should be doing something different. So what was it that made real estate that next passion of yours?
It was just like, I was so passionate about the lake when I got down here, because when I came down here and I was in high school, I was just like so wide-eyed, and I was like, what is this place? And I loved it. And then, I wanted to get in any way I could. So, I started as I got hired as a waiter, working over to a bartender and to a manager and all this other stuff. And I just wanted to be down here. And then I was in the restaurant industry for about, I don't know, 10 years or so, 10, 11 years down here. And we started this magazine back in, when was it, like 2012, called the Get Down Guide. And it was just, I love the lake so much. I was like, hey, I want to show people how this looks, or there's so much fun stuff that nobody knows about. So we kind of started doing that. And that's actually become a big part of our business now, because that leads to so many referrals, yada, yada, yada. And I don't know, it just kind of all stemmed from coming down here and enjoying it and just being passionate about the lake. And the coolest thing about doing the real estate stuff is just to, mirror the restaurant industry. If you work at a restaurant where you sell something you really like, it's way easier. So if you go to a restaurant and you're like, what's good here? And they're like, everything. And you're like, I bet nothing's good.
Right, exactly. The ribeye's good.
Yeah, you go to a place in Key West and they're like, what's good? Like, oh, we have these rolling like royal red shrimp and they're deep water Gulf shrimp steamed in Old Bay with drum butter, cocktail sauce. They melt in your mouth. You have to try them. You're like, I'm getting those. So when we sell stuff at the lake, I feel like more like, hey, this is awesome. Like, hey, I'm thinking about getting a house in Osage Beach. I'm like, Osage Beach. I was like, we live over, like, so it's like that passion about it, I think helps so much because I mean, I'd put this place up against any place and it's just so much fun. So it's fun to sell it because like, we believe in the lake and just how great it is and just what the lake's done in the past couple of years with everything else. Everything's been kind of parallel and it's been pretty fun.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. I've been actually up to the lake to visit you guys, and it is a ton of fun. So what I'm hearing from you is, it's passion. You've got to be passionate about where you are and what you're selling. It's your energy, right? We saw how excited you got about the lake.
Yeah.
And then also just you lead with value. So you talked about the Get Down Guide and, the photography, the social media, all these different things that you do to be able to get out into the community and share the things that you guys love about the lake. So obviously, you've been successful with that. How long have you been into real estate total? And at what point did you guys decide to start a team? And I say you guys because it's Mike and Claire as business partners. And so, you definitely feed off each other's strengths.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we went to real estate school together. We did the whole thing. So everything. And I think it's helped us learn faster doing it together because, we'll leave a meeting and then, leave something and we'll go in the car and be like, what were they talking about? We start and we figure it out and go to the next step. But so we've been in real estate for 5 years altogether. We were on a team for 2. And that was kind of our goal. Let's do it for 2 years. Let's try and see, where we're at and see what we wanted to do. And one of the things that we like so much about the restaurant industry and anything is just kind of the camaraderie or just kind of coming up together. So we really like the team aspect of being around people, or, you know what I mean? It's just funner to do it together as a team. So that was kind of our goal and what we were thinking about. So 3 years ago, we started our own team and we started it and it was, we did Swift & Co. Realty. It was me and Clara for a minute. So we're like, who's this Clara or what is, so we're like, hold on, give us a minute. So we wanted to kind of go out and, kind of just, we're trying to do it our own way. So we wanted to get kind of more social media and be really agent centric and give back to them and just kind of, looking at kind of how we were looking at it. Real estate's, it's evolving so much right now. Like, the average age of real estate agent's like 58. So, we figured if we can push the social media video narrative, we could kind of, when everything rolls over, be at the top of it. And so we kind of, the people that we want to attract are people that we wanted to walk in and see every day and, like be happy to be around and just kind of create a vibe. And then just people that were like hustlers and people that are, like could go out there and do it. So, one of our, biggest hitters on our team, Nikki Sorensen, she has her own like t-shirt brand. She's always out promoting stuff. And, she initially got her license to give us referrals. And I was like, Nikki, you should do this. Like, you'd be great at it. Hannah Hop just joined her team. She has a jean jacket customization line. And it's just, It's really cool stuff where I'm like, those are the people we want, the people, that are online pushing stuff, doing it. And so those are the people we kind of try to create, surround ourselves with. And then this year we were actually able to purchase our own office in Osage Beach, which is a nice little location right in the middle of town. And it was, that's been really, really cool. So it was just neat to hop on that and just, to have this idea to like walking in today and having our office all decked out has just been surreal. So.
No, that's awesome. And I've seen pictures of your office. It looks great. You can actually see some of it there in the background. So super excited for you guys to be able to have that office. And I don't know what's going on with Conda. She's saying that you're the Hugh Hefner of the Lake of the Ozarks. What's going on there? You might have to explain that a little bit.
We have some very attractive ladies on our team, but they're the biggest group of bad asses, I guess you could say, at the Lakes, in my opinion. I mean, they're all studs. So they're just, they're just awesome chicks. So
wait, now we got to find out who does the hiring. Is it you or Clara?
It's Clara. So
it's Clara. Gotcha. See, Conda, it's not Mike.
We got Andy too. So there you go.
That's funny. That's awesome. Well, cool. Well, you got a great group. I've had the pleasure of speaking with some of them, and you're right. They're very entrepreneurial. They're very driven, and they have the same energy, right? Which is really, really important. So, what did 2021 look like as far as, production? You guys got the office. You've been expanding your team. And then what are some of your goals for 2022?
What was really cool, we just had our Christmas party, which was really fun, but we kind of gave a toast, and I just kind of thanked everybody because last year this time we didn't have the office, and we were kind of getting another agent was switching her brokerages, so we were kind of getting kicked out of the office that we were at, and then so we're like, let's buy a building, let's take the next step. EXP helped us do that; it was great, but it was just they all trusted us to where we were going. So it was like, we had this makeshift office that looking back on it, I was like, what were we thinking? While we were like remodeling it and doing it all. So we didn't really get in here till like April, May. We closed on it in February. And we keep growing so fast. The last year, 2020, we, set out a goal to do 20 million in our like first full year, and we did it. And we're like, we were all celebrating and going crazy. And then this year we're going to do over 60. So
oh my gosh, triple. That's crazy.
We're kind of like, what's happening? You know what I mean? So we're trying to make it, easier. We've hired a listing coordinator, a closing coordinator. And, the biggest thing that we try and do or tell our agents to do is just be yourself. So, that's our biggest thing, is to be successful, but have the most fun doing it, and just, be yourself doing it. Because I feel like a lot of times people get lost in being on video or being this or doing that, or worried about making mistakes. Like, just, go do it. So, we're having a meeting next week. We're going to sit down and talk about our goals and everybody's why and what we're doing, and, all this stuff. And it's almost like I need to find, my why again, because when we got into real estate, I was like, we want our own house, we want our own, and then like, it's happened, and I'm like, oh, whoa, like, you know what I mean? So I want to set new goals and everything else.
Well, that's awesome, and you're right. Our Conda said that video is huge for you guys, that you do extremely well. So I want to talk about you mentioned something, and I want to highlight a little bit. You mentioned EXP, so obviously we're business partners at EXP, a part of the same organization. You said EXP helped you with the office. Now, do you mind elaborating on that a little bit? Because for anybody watching this, they know that EXP is a virtual brokerage.
Yeah, so we kind of wanted to be a hub, and we wanted to have a spot in the middle of town, and we're kind of looking for just a creative space, because me and Claire live, eat, do everything together. And I think if we were working out of our house, I don't know if it lasts long. We'd have to kind of get some space. But no, we wanted to have our own creative space. And like I said, we do like this entertainment magazine, we do some other stuff, and we just kind of wanted to have a spot. We got a big billboard and signs. So anyway, when we were looking, we found this, it's like a 4,000 square foot building just right in the middle of town across from Walmart. And it was yellow and it was ugly and it was super weird inside. And we're like, this is perfect. So
you saw the vision.
Yeah. So taking that next step with everything that EXP had to offer, it was, the stock that they give you, we kept, getting awarded stock, putting 5% stock back away and kind of not looking at it. And when the stock kind of went crazy and we looked at it, we're like, is this real? Like, is this like, what is this? Like, can we have like, cause we've been traveling bartenders, so we're not good at investing, you know what I mean? Like, this is, that was all new to us. So our stocks. So we were like, can we have this money? Is this all, and they're like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my
Where did this come from?
So we were able to just, I really believe in the company, and we were letting it ride, but we did take out the down payment and the renovations for a building out of the stock. So, it's always funny in those real estate masterminds, or like not masterminds, those groups or whatever, where people kind of talk this or that. People would be like, well, good luck taking your stock out. And I always send a picture of our office and be like, you can come stand in this building that they gave us for stock that we got. So it was just amazing. And then, even the first time I met you and talking about, I think the stock's at $3 or $4 now, or, what it's going to allow you to do in your life and what it is. And it sounds so cliche or cheesy, or being like, this changed my life or this, whatever. I'm like, this is nuts. Like, it really is. And it's just been so many things hitting perfectly timed together, and it's just been awesome. So.
Well, I have to admit here, you gave me chills, because I think that's one of the things about EXP is a lot of people discount the stock, right? I mean, we're not making any projections here. Stock is going to go up and down, but I have seen just the stock component alone change lives, just like yourself. You were able to go out and invest back in your community and to buy real estate. And there's hundreds of stories like that, if not thousands. And I think that's one of the things that really sets it apart, where you're reinvesting not only into an office but back into your community, and that's what EXP and the ownership allows agents to do. So I'm super excited for you guys. I can't wait to come up there at some point and come check out the office.
No,
And I
we
know
got
it's kind of, I'm sorry, go ahead.
we got a studio downstairs. We're gonna get there's so much stuff we're like excited to get into. So yeah, I'm excited for you
And
to
that's
see it.
actually what I wanted to highlight. So it's not just your old-fashioned real estate office. You guys have actually made it into a studio where you're doing social media and you're doing video. So can you kind of tell us a little bit about that vision?
Well, yeah, because it goes back to kind of just being yourself on video, and it's like some of the some of the other videos you see, everybody can do it. So I mean, video is getting easier and easier to do. You can pick up an iPhone, you can film yourself. You can make a walkthrough, and but it's just kind of like the professional quality that you want in a video, and then also just putting out content. I feel like as we're almost half a marketing company as we are a real estate company, because I really feel like we have the best product when it comes to listing a property. And then we have some of the most fun, lake centric people around it. So, we're trying to make it easier for them to go out and network and do their stuff, and then come in here and have all the tools to use and be their self. But, the lake's a fun place. And so we try and have fun people. So we're easy to find. We're out a lot. I always tell Claire, I was like, it's always good to network and get out and, meet customers. And she's like, you just want to go out. And I'm like, well, both. But
it's a win-win situation, right?
So we got a green screen, and we soundproofed our studios. We're going to kind of start doing some more, putting some more content out about just the lake in general, and just kind of making it easier and just putting some stuff out. So that was a big thing. We wanted a studio. We've invested in all the equipment and stuff like that. So we're getting ready for 2022. I'm really excited about it because this will be our first new year, our whole year in the office, and we just got such a killer team. I'm really excited about it. So
that's awesome. Well, I'm excited for you guys. I know expansion has also been on your radar. Do you mind talking to us a little bit about how you've aligned with EXP, and then what some of your goals are as far as expanding the team, maybe even outside of Lake of the Ozarks?
Yeah. So the other thing that was excited about that is, you can be in different places, and I don't know how long-term of a goal that is, but, we used to live in, when we were bouncing around, we spent a lot of time in Key West, and, some of that stuff allows you to kind of be in different spots. We want to get the lake completely dialed in before we'd even think about that. But, just having the ability to kind of share this with other people, like one of my best friends, Fletcher's in Columbia, he joined EXP, and, so he's under the same in our network. And, I'll find something out on our CRM, or I'll find some little trick out, and I'll call him and be like, hey man, you got to go check this out. You got to figure this out. And then, so he's got people on in Columbia. And then, we have agents in Jeff City and stuff that have reached out to us, Jill, and everybody, and she's rolling. And it's so cool to be able to, team up with other people from around, from all over the state and hopefully all over the country soon. But the coolest thing to me is, we really looked, when we left our team that we were on and started our own team, we went to a Keller Williams family reunion, and we talked to Remax down here. Those guys are awesome. And we just looked at everything objectively, and then we looked at this, and we're like, oh my God, like it gives you so many opportunities. And the fact that we've already been able to take advantage of opportunities has been insane. And it's just, it's really cool to grow. And then also, you talked to our team the other day, but just about our other agents and then getting them excited about it. And it's like when I go back to selling food or selling, whatever, it's just, if you're passionate about it and it makes sense, it's so easy to sell. Or, if someone doesn't, like, what are you doing? It's just, so to me, it's like, we really went out there and looked at every other model really objectively. And this is just leaps and bounds so ahead of the game. And it's just been so cool to see it. And then as much as it's grown, I still feel like it's in its infancy. Like I still think this is going to be so much bigger. And then just with some of the people who joined, to have a network of just really dope people all over the state that we can reach out to or send referrals to, it's been awesome. The other thing that's wild about how it aligns to me is that, we're positive, or, we try and bring people with us. And, some of the other brokerages that, you notice if someone joins, it doesn't really help them. If anything, they're more competing with them. So it's kind of silly to be like, it doesn't really work out for them. Be like, hey, great, you're in, and they're like, you don't mean that. But with EXP, it's like, come on, like this is awesome. So, like the car locks and stuff, and that they came on, and you know, essentially they'd be a competitor in our market. But, you know, I talk to Spencer and Raji all the time. Raji got Icon this year. It's just been cool to like sit down and explain it to them. And then, you know, see him this year, I was like, you got Icon, isn't that awesome? He's like, this is crazy. So it's been like, it's just been so cool that it like allows you to create a network and just like let everybody ride together on it. It's just been so amazing. It's been really cool.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. The alignment's different, the collaboration. And I know you guys have gotten Icon 3 different times. So for people watching that maybe haven't heard the term Icon, at EXP, you can be eligible to get your full cap that you paid into the company back in stock, which kind of, you know, part of the conversation we were talking to earlier about, you know, allowing you to purchase the office. So
yeah.
With that said, for anybody that's watching, you know, they love what you guys are doing on social media. They'd love to maybe partner with you guys and learn from you and Clara. What is the best way to reach out to you as far as partnering with you at EXP?
You can check out, we're really active on social media. So you can check out our Facebook, Swift & Co Realty, Instagram, Swift & Co Realty, or swiftandcorealty.com. Or, I mean, we're pretty easy to find. So shoot us a mail, message us on Facebook or DM us. Give me a call, 314-974-0388. No, we're really excited about, you know, this upcoming year. And like I said with the team, like, it's just fun to come to work every day and be this excited and passionate about, you know, doing this. And it's just been really cool.
Awesome. I mean, I can feel the energy. I can feel the passion just, you know, through the video. And, you know, the reality is you guys are changing lives. You're making a huge impact. And, you know, you've been blessed with your production, but I hope that only continues to grow. So I want to thank you and, you know, tell Clara I said hi. Thank you both for everything that you've done. And I appreciate you joining us today on our episode.
Cool. And Happy New Year. So.
And thank you. You too. Thank you so much.
Bye.